This channel is dedicated to the most essential part of stock market analysis to make money. ARK ETFs have recently added stocks positions bought or sold. You will not regret to watch the updates on this channel every week. The source of our articles is contributed by senior economic analysis experts. This channel is regularly updated as early as possible every week. Welcome to subscribe, and please press the small bell of the notification, so that you will never miss the first time to enjoy the latest ARK's major stocks and stocks market news. This channel is an analysis and research based on personal preferences. It does not make investment recommendations. Please do not make financial decisions based on this article, and you need to verify the information yourself. Please grasp the investment risk yourself.
003 The ARK Today column continues to analyze the latest trends, increase or decrease of ARK's top 6 stocks. First, briefly review the major events that have occurred in the United States and the world in the past week and summarize the latest news. The most important news last week was 1. The House of Representatives passed the amended $1.9 trillion bailout bill. Biden signs $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill. Now, Biden has finally fulfilled the promise he made in his pre-inauguration speech. The industry predicts that 37% of the direct money issued by the Biden government this time may enter the stock market, and the amount of funds will be about $150 billion US. The previous cash distribution stimulated via stock market to hit a new high in January. In order to complete this large-scale stimulus plan, CT expects the U.S. Treasury Department to issue at least $300 billion US in Treasury bonds every month. According to the latest statement of the Federal Reserve, the Fed currently only purchases about $120 billion US in its debt and mortgages every month. Support bonds (MBS). This means that in addition to the Federal Reserve's bond purchases, the remaining bonds issued by the U.S. Treasury Department need to be digested by the market. 2. Treasury bond auctions are basically calm. The U.S. debt auctions on March 9th, 10th, and 11th, that is this Tuesday, Wednesday, and this Thursday, weren't as bad as people thought before. The winning interest rate of the $24 billion US 30-year Treasury bonds on Thursday was 2.295%, and the bid multiple was 2.28. Pre-issuance transaction interest rate is 2.29%, and the bidding multiple last month was 2.18. Therefore, basically in line with expectations, the stock market responded well. Here should be considered part of the credit for Biden and the Fed. In any case, the 10-year Treasury bond yield is temporarily hovering near the turning point. The last U.S. Treasury auction was on February 25th. The U.S. Department of the Treasury auctioned $62 billion in 7-year Treasury bonds. The bidding multiple, which is an indicator of demand, was only 2.0 for a record low and much lower than the subscription of the previous 6 auctions. The mean multiple is 2.3. The winning interest rate of this batch of US Treasury bonds auction was 1.195%, which was also more than for BP, higher than the 1.151% auction pre-issuance yield. This means that the US Treasury bonds as an asset safe haven no one wants. Finally, the U.S. Tier 1 institutions and the Federal Reserve that are obligated to purchase have bought most of the shares to prevent the miscarriage of this auction. The auction ended at 13 on the 25th Eastern Time. After the announcement of the results, the prices of US treasuries with other maturities flashed directly, and the stock market also collapsed. Then the stock market plummeted for 2 weeks. Some analysts still expect that the current round of U.S. Treasury sell-off is not over and U.S. Treasury yields will continue to rise, but I believe that the actual rise in U.S. Treasury yields will not necessarily cause the stock market to fall absolutely. The history of both rising. I won't repeat them here. 3. What is more stimulating to the stock market is Biden's $2 trillion climate-focused infrastructure investment plan. The investment plan has stimulated infrastructure and related sectors, and its influence is very large, such as real estate, cement, wood, steel, glass design, 3D printing, large machinery and equipment, engineering, vehicles, construction, etc., and many more. Therefore, related stocks have risen sharply. Now let's take a look at the increase and decrease of ARK's top 6 positions this week. Although ARK's shareholding awareness is 3 to 5 years old and 10 years old, it is still very meaningful and interesting to look at. The changes in the top 6 stocks of Cathie Wood every week. ARK increased the position with more. The top 6 are all adding positions. Among the top 6 are K, without Spotify spot, it fell to 7th place, but so far still continue to be bought. The names of the top 4 stocks of ARK have not changed, followed by Tesla, TSLA, SQ, Roku, and TOC. The Zillow codes had ranked 5th, accounting for 3.6%. BIDU ranks 6th, accounting for 3.43%. Except for the top 6 stocks mentioned above, all of the stocks of ARK have been added to the position. Among the other stocks of ARK, Berkeley Lights BLI, which is still ranked lower, accounted for 0.48%. ARK overall in the Sukara this week, comparing the top 6 ARK with last week's ranking, is basically the same, followed by Tesla, BIDU TRMB, JD, DICTOS, GOAG ETF back a bit. On Wednesday, ARK made an effort to strengthen the buying of Experience Investment EXPC. On Wednesday, it increased its position by 160,000 shares with 1.82 million capital, which increased to 0.95%. The closing price of the stock on the day was $11.35, which was the ETF's one of the low-price stocks. The lowest stock price in the index fund was Nano Dimension NDM, the 3D printing concept stock that soared in the previous period. In the 2-week plunge, it has fallen to $9.38, and it has truly fallen out of the gold pit. On Thursday, ARK increased its holdings of 17,320 shares, rising to 2.21%. Compared with last week, the top 6 of ARK are indistinguishable from each other, followed by Tesla, BIDU, TRMB, JD, the GOOG. The Experience Investment EXPC was protected. On Wednesday, 160,000 shares were increased with 1.82 million in capital, and the proportion increased to 0.95%. The closing price of the stock on the day was $11.35, which was one of the 4 low-price stocks in the ETF. Nano Dimension NDM, the index fund with the lowest stock price. The 3D printing concept stock that skyrocketed in the previous period has fallen to $9.38 during the 2-week plunge, and has truly fallen out of the golden pit. On Thursday, it was also stimulated by the news that the world's first 3D printed house was built in New York, which rose by 18%. Among them, System Union played a greater role in buying 17,320 ARKW until the close of this Wednesday. The overall situation is increasing except for ARKW to lighten up Facebook. All the rest are increased. Among them, the proportion of Roku increased to 4%, ranking 5th in ARKW. FB was sold 66,000 shares, 17.54 million. The top 6 stocks of ARKW are Tesla, GBTC, SU, TOC, Roku Shop. ARKG so far, the overall increase except for ARKG's lightening of Regeneron Pharmaceutical. Redden, the rest are all increased positions. Redden has reduced its position by 16000 plus to 2667 equal 38,667 shares, which is about 18 million in total. The top 6 stocks of ARKG are Top, Pack, Reg, Exis, TWST, NVS. After 2 weeks of plummeting, many Chinese cabbage stocks appeared in ARKG, such as EVGN, PSTI, CERS, AQB, etc. The stock prices are only between $5–8. ARKF so far, the overall increase in positions, all increased positions in the previous trading day. The top 6 stocks of ARKF are SQP, YPL, Zillow, ICE, Substantiation. Overall, the 3 stocks that account for the largest proportion of ARK holdings are Tesla, SQ, and TOC1. Tesla, last week we talked about some of its new projects. As a writer, I really appreciate Musk because he works so hard almost every week. He has new feats every week. I really don't know what kind of Iron Man Musk is. His tricks are constantly being renovated, and the show is getting more and more exciting. Although Musk is more concerned about the increasingly competitive electric vehicle market, he has always emphasized energy is also one of the core parts of Tesla's growth, according to Bloomberg's Dana Hull-Narine S. Malik report. It is speculated that Musk will enter the Texas grid market during the Texas cold wave in February 2021. The local grid system that almost collapsed exposed a lot of problems. According to reports, Musk will build a large-scale battery storage project in Texas and connect it to the state's power grid. This is Tesla's first foray into a project related to the U.S. grid system in Fremont, California. A document from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission also indicated that Gambit is a subsidiary of Tesla. However, Tesla executives did not respond to multiple requests for comment from reporters. In February of this year, Texas was hit by a snowstorm, which caused millions of people to lose power for several days. Musk ridiculed on Twitter that the Texas Electric Reliability Commission should remove the word reliable. The Texas Power Reliability Commission is a non-profit organization that manages the power supply to more than 26 million users. Musk, 49, just moved to Texas not long ago, and several companies under his name also expanding business in the state. Gambit's battery energy storage system was registered with the Texas Electric Power Reliability Commission. The project is located near a substation of the Texas New Mexico State Power Company. Warren Russia, Senior Director of System Planning for the Texas Power Reliability Commission, said that the project plans to start commercial operations on June 1st. However, the battery storage duration is unclear, and the Texas Electric Reliability Commission cannot comment on the performance of the project. Although Tesla has always been known for its cool and advanced battery-powered cars, it is more than just a car company. Its official vision is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Grid-grade batteries are necessary to store wind and solar energy, and there are also huge business opportunities. It can store excess electricity when electricity prices and demand are low, and then sell electricity back to the grid when electricity prices rise. In recent years, Tesla has been expanding into the field of residential energy technology. As early as March 2015, Musk released a household battery product called Powerwall at the Tesla Design Studio near Los Angeles. Many power grid and energy industry executives participated in that conference. A year later, Tesla acquired SolarCity, a solar panel installer founded by Musk and his cousin. After that, Musk launched a solar roof, which has been iterated several times, but still has not become a strong competitor in the market. However, Tesla's product line did not stop at home, but began to enter the power grid industry. Tesla's Power Pack and larger Megapack series batteries are designed with the needs of grid users in mind. In 2017, Tesla built a battery project in South Australia. It is next to a local wind power plant and can store surplus electricity at night to meet the electricity demand during the day. With a generating capacity of 100 megawatts, it was the world's largest battery storage project at the time. Musk once said at the July 2020 earnings conference, "In the long run, I think Tesla Energy's scale is comparable to that of Tesla Motors, and the overall scale of the energy industry is larger than that of the automotive industry." Currently, Tesla's battery packs have been applied to the Southern California Edison's Mirror substation in eastern Los Angeles. This 20-megawatt system was launched in December 2016, which can provide power support for the peak hour operation of the grid and help the grid make full use of renewable energy. In the San Francisco Bay Area, Pacific Gas and Electric companies cooperating with Tesla to build a 182.5 MW system at a substation in Moss Landing, which is expected to be put into use in August this year. Piper Sandler analyst Alexander Porter pointed out that by the 1930s the proportion of revenue contributed by the energy business to Tesla may rise from the current 6% to 30%. His research shows that AutoBidder, a software platform designed by Tesla for the power grid, is a promising platform. Zachary Kirkhorn, Tesla's chief financial officer, also stated that AutoBidder is an autonomous energy market participation system capable of high-frequency transactions. Porter's target stock price for Tesla is $1,200, which is also the highest on Wall Street. Daniel Fenfoley, head of energy storage at Wood Mackenzie Power and Renewable Energy, said Tesla's energy business is growing faster than the automotive business, and its growth will only continue to accelerate. They are definitely a misunderstanding. Players who value it and are still actively engaged in price competition. Musk's business empire has many branches in Texas. The billionaire recently moved from California to Texas. The Lone Star State now seems to be the center of Musk's business universe. His space exploration technology company is building and testing an interstellar spacecraft in Boca Chica on the southern tip of the Gulf of Mexico, aiming to send humans to Mars. In addition, he also built a rocket test base in McGregor near Waco. On March 8, Musk posted a family portrait on Twitter with the text "Interstellar Base in Texas." SpaceX also released information on recruiting engineers in Austin, where the work location is the newest and most advanced manufacturing plant in Starlink, which is said to be a space-based high-speed internet service. Tesla also built a new factory east in Austin to produce the upcoming Cybertruck electric pickup truck. This factory, also known as the Texas Superfactory, is expected to create 5,000 middle-income manufacturing jobs and is expected to produce the first mass-produced models before the end of this year. At the same time, as a major energy center in the United States, the Texas energy market, which is rich in natural gas, oil, solar, and wind energy, is also undergoing transition quietly and renewable energy in particular is growing substantially. For more than a century, the Texas power grid has relied on long transmission lines to transmit electricity from large power plants to users. The recent cold wave has fully demonstrated how fragile this traditional power transmission system is in this era of climate change. With giant batteries like Tesla's Gambit, Texas power grid can be transformed around distributed power generation, so that the grid has a stronger resilience against disasters. At present, there are about 2,100 megawatts of storage batteries and 37,000 megawatts of solar and wind energy, which have reached the end of the grid connected to the Texas Electric Reliability Commission. On March 2nd this year, clean energy advocate Jiggle Shah, who is about to take up the post of director of the U.S. Department of Energy's Office of Loan Financing, said, "It's not only the speed of construction is amazing, but the financing is already in place." The Gambit project was originally developed by San Francisco-based Plus Power, a private renewable energy company with battery operations in several states. Former City of Angleton Scott Albert said that it is clear that Plus Power is working with Tesla. The city's website has a project summary showing pictures of Tesla's grid-grade battery products. In addition, some core employees of Plus Power used to work at Tesla. Plus Power confirmed that it had sold the project to an unnamed organization, but declined to comment further. The Gambit project is not difficult to find in Angleton. Angleton is a small town with a population of only about 3,000 people, located in the very center of the Brazoria National Wildlife Refuge. However, the workers on the construction site seem to have been instructed to try not to attract people's attention or answer the questions of passers-by. A photographer trying to probe through the front door was told by the staff that this was a secret project. There were some things covered by white sheets, much like Tesla's modular Megapacks batteries. Tesla has too many stories. We will talk about it next time. Today we reserve some time for other stocks. The second ARK stock, BIDU, is one of the top 6 stocks in Cathie Wood's 3 ETFs this week. This is different from before last week. It was elevated by Sister Miu. In the fourth quarter of 2020, BIDU achieved revenue of 30.3 billion yuan, approximately $4.64 billion a year-on-year increase of 5%. BIDU's net profit non-GAAP reached 6.9 billion yuan, exceeding market expectations for 4 consecutive quarters. In 2020, BIDU's revenue was 107.1 billion yuan, and its net profit non-GAAP was 22 billion. The commercialization of AI technology and its autonomous driving business Apollo. Some people will upgrade their BIDU apps. BIDU is very good. Now its non-advertising revenue is the biggest highlight. BIDU said that the growth of non-marketing revenues due to new businesses represented by smart cloud, smart driving, and other frontier businesses. In other words, the business, which has long been regarded by the outside world as a high investment and long cycle, is gradually evolving into a new engine for BIDU's mid to long-term growth, because it involves the emergence of a large number of new businesses. Among them, BIDU's smart cloud business revenue increased by 67% year-on-year, with an annualized revenue of approximately 13 billion yuan. Intelligent transportation is part of the cloud computing business, and it will grow by more than 67% in the fourth quarter of 2020. In the long run, including autonomous driving, user support and customer service, etc., it can bring extremely considerable profits. In fact, in a technology driven by the drive, BIDU Smart Cloud has formed a differentiated cloud intelligence integration competitive advantage. According to the IDC report, BIDU Smart Cloud has ranked first in the cloud market share for 3 consecutive times and is involved in finance, energy, industrial internet, and intelligent transportation, and other fields. The competitiveness of BIDU Smart Cloud benefits from several reasons. BIDU's established leading advantages in computing power, algorithms, open platforms, and developer ecology are transforming into the differentiated competitiveness of BIDU Smart Cloud's cloud and intelligence integration, making it into the fast lane of strong growth. Among them, in terms of computing power, a cloud general-purpose chip Kunlun-1, independently developed by BIDU, has been widely deployed in scenarios such as BIDU Search Engine and intelligent cloud ecosystem partners with high performance and high cost performance. In order to further enhance the computing power advantage of BIDU Smart Cloud, Robin Lee specifically emphasized that the next generation 7nm Kunlun-2 chip will soon be mass-produced, and its performance will be 3 times higher than that of Kunlun-1. In terms of algorithms, as an operating system in the era of artificial intelligence, Flying Paddle is China's largest open-source deep learning platform. Bidu's IO platform has gathered 2.65 million developers. In addition, BIDU has also invested in open source China, which is the most dynamic open source community in China. As one of the application areas of Bidu's intelligent cloud, BIDU also gained a lot in the field of intelligent transportation last year. Guangzhou Huangpu District and BIDU Apollo jointly created the world's first self-driving mass platform for multi-service travel. Ordinary citizens can call and obtain self-driving traffic services through BIDU app and BIDU Maps. In terms of driverless road testing, after obtaining the country's first unmanned Phase 1 test permit, Apollo has also obtained a California fully driverless test permit. It is the only Chinese company in the industry that has obtained such permits from both China and the United States. It is an indisputable fact that BIDU is the Chinese version of Google. Its business coverage is very wide. The reputation of its business quality is very good. It is recognized as a company with promising performance and growth. Let's take a look at its automated driving business, and remote medical care has become more and more promising. TSLA is a real doctor or medical professional who provides various medical services. Its Get Care Now department provides routine medical advice. Specifically, it provides 24/7 non-emergency care for common colds, flu, sinus infections, allergies and other diseases. Provide mental health care such as nutrition, smoking cessation, neck and back care, etc. Dermatology and expert advice. TSLA is an all-encompassing telemedicine portal site that integrates technology and medical fields and exerts the greatest synergy in it. This is one of the reasons why it will become the #1 stock in the next 5 years. Analysts expect sales of $1.98 billion this year and $2.6 billion next year. Alright, shared it with you today. Making short films is a kind of gratuitous dedication. Your subscription will be my motivation to make short films. Thank you for watching and see you next week. The stock market is risky and investment must be cautious. This column shares the latest news, does economic analysis, and does not make investment recommendations. Please do not make investment decisions based on this article.